through the woods from the walled garden brings us through to what is described as Manor Farmhouse, but really is a hall, a lawn large enough to have your own tennis court, well marked out and cared for, with pleasure gardens in front, looking due south over rhododendrons, clip box and a ha-ha, behind which would be grazing sheep, cattle. Very nice aspect, looking due south. Beautiful Queen Anne facade with a coat of arms over the front gable, two wings symmetrically off to the sides, both with beautiful arched windows and matching white and blue wisteria, left planted with white and the right planted with a blue. It's not very often you get to actually see the working Victorian furnace that heated that greenhouse that we've just given you the tour of at the front, but here it is, double furnace with 4 ovens, 2 chimneys, which would have been used to produce the hot water and hot air which was fed through these back walls into those glass houses to keep them at growing temperature all year round. Set down, if I just show you, in a pit, probably going down around 10 feet below the working level. There's a back run of the gardener's workrooms and potting sheds going down the back here. They're being replaced with a Cala gas heating system that's housed in this modern boiler room, but they've retained the old parts to this garden to allow you to see them, which is a fantastic feature. Just love being able to see that. And also at the back aspect of this walled garden is the old ice house, where slabs of ice would have been cut from the ponds and stored during winter for keeping food fresh during the summer months. And just look how deep this is. Round, well-like structure, dug down into the ground, brick lined, going down 30 or 40 feet, with a domed ceiling roof covered in a large mound of earth. Nothing to stop you falling down there without this cast iron grill. They would have filled that with ice and then used a ladder later in the season to excavate the ice from the base and bring it out to the main house. We're in the newly planted heritage orchard here at Manor Farm in Sal. Trees have been in probably around 15 to 20 years. Fortunately, they've lost all their original labelling. There's a small double row orchard planting, mainly apples, with some pears on the back eastern facing back end of the walled garden, which I'll show you just in a second. Here are some of the espaliered trees grown, just utilising this 15-foot old red brick wall that's built in the 17th century, I've been told. And it's interesting looking around these trees. Some are absolutely covered in fruit, and some, as we've noticed on our fruit trees this year, not a single apple on them. And maintaining the genetic stock of some of these older varieties might become increasingly important over the next 50 to 100 years, as some of these varieties may have characteristics that allow them to survive and fruit with less insects and a changing climate. It's very difficult to know what characteristics are going to be needed in our commercial orchards over the next 100 to 200 years, and by the Heritage Society's planting and maintaining this genetic stock, does give the next generation access to it if it proves to be a valuable asset in the commercial growing of apples. So I love seeing these orchards. Made a video on the one down at Oxnead, which you should be able to find in our video library. I do love walking around orchards and looking at some of these varieties of fruit.